Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the Steve Rising video. And in today's video, we're going to be updating the artifact recommendations. Now that we are a little bit more into the game, we played a lot more in the endgame, as well as have a whole day one raid under our belt. Now we're actually a lot more familiar. We had more time to test a lot of these artifacts that work on characters. So today we're going to be starting updating some of those builds. Now with Gwynn. Gwynn was the first video we put out, so it just kind of seems fitting that we update her first. And now today we're also going to talk about some of the best roles that you should be looking for on her go-to weapons. Whether you're using the Concerto or the Riot Dispenser, we're going to be taking a look at the best perks that you should be running on your mythic weapons. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, leave a like and subscribe to the channel in case you guys aren't already for some more Destiny Rising videos. And now let's get into it, and first let's take a look at the artifacts. Now for the artifacts that we're going to be taking a look at, we're going to be assuming that you have a T0 Gwynn. So even if you don't have any extra copies of Gwynn, these mods are still going to be able to help you, and you're going to be able to make the most out of these mods. Now after we mention the main mods, we are going to mention some alternatives that will help you and are better if you have a couple more copies. Now the very first one that I've been loving is Resolute Conjunction. This is a fantastic mod, and it's basically just perfect on Gwynn. We're always going to be up close to enemies, we're always going to be trying to shotgun them, trying to use our abilities, go in the middle of enemies, so we're always very close. So being able to have a huge amount of damage resistance against everything that's close is just amazing. It allows you to be very aggressive with Gwynn, and just fully be able to take advantage of her shotgun, her abilities, and just basically always take less damage, giving you some insane survivability. If you're all about keeping that aggression 100% of the time, then this is going to be a fantastic mod. Another really good one can be the Ring of Abundance. This increases the potency of your healing as well as your overshields, meaning that your overshields are even bigger than normal, and also the healing is very nice. Your healing's already really good on Gwynn, but this one just takes it to a whole another level. Basically, every time they use your signature ability, you're always back to full health with a bit of an overshield. So this one's another really good one, and another one that's going to be keeping you alive pretty easily. I also messed around with Abundant Platysmal for a while to constantly get that healing, and with the constant healing was nice. I just felt like it wasn't really as strong as the other two. So for this one, definitely go Resolute Conjunction or the Ring of Abundance. Both of those are going to be fantastic, but I definitely lean a little more towards Resolute Conjunction. Now on the second artifact, this is where we have the biggest change, because Ring of Conversion actually used to be your best mod for this slot, and it was just straight up broken. You essentially got a full overshield every time that you activate your signature ability. And unfortunately I killed that off, so now that mod doesn't even work on Gwynn at all. So instead we have some other ones that just don't work as well. Nothing really that we have in this slot will work as well as that. But the main ones that I've pretty much been using, Endgame Platysmal will convert some of the damage that you do with your signature abilities into health. This has some pretty good synergy with the healing you're already getting from the signature ability, always just maxing you out and give you a ton of health. And the more signature ability damage that you're doing, the more Endgame Platysmal is going to be helping you, and the more healing you're going to be getting. Now another one that works pretty well is Healing Veil. Whenever you use your moving ability, you immediately just regen some health. This one works really well with our other signature ability. Whenever we use it, we're going to be instantly healing, as well as getting damage resistance whenever we activate the ability. So this will make it so whenever you activate either ability, you're always healing. And if you have enough copies of Gwynn where you actually get 2 charges on your actual moving ability, then this gets even better. But I would definitely go with Endgame Platysmal if you don't have the 2 blinks and you only have the 1. Just because the cooldown on it is kind of long, and the uptime is just a lot better with Endgame Platysmal being tied to the other signature ability, your Void Dance. Now for our third artifact, we're going to have 2 that are really good. The first one is the simplest one. Is Courageous Platysmal. Whenever you use any ability, you gain a 18% damage bonus for 10 seconds. This is going to be very good just because of just how simple it is, especially because of all the abilities we're going to be constantly spamming with Gwynn. This is going to have a very high uptime, always giving us some more extra damage. And something that's very good about this one is that it's not just increased damage for a certain thing. So it's not weapon damage, it's not ability damage, it's just straight up a damage increase for 10 seconds. So that makes Courageous Platysmal a fantastic choice, and also a very good one on Gwynn. Another other good one is Inverted Fury, and Inverted Fury is just pretty much good on anyone that can constantly keep overshields up. And because Gwynn spams her abilities and constantly gets shields from some of the damage she's doing with her signature ability, it means that she has a very high uptime in those shields, and so she can easily take advantage of Inverted Fury. And when Inverted Fury only increases weapon damage, our shotgun is a very good weapon to be increasing damage of, and we go from like 18% from Plantissimo to a whopping 30 with Inverted Fury. So the trade-off is definitely very worth it, and it's gonna make your shotgun hit for so much more damage. So I actually kinda like Inverted Fury a lot more. The only problem with that is that I haven't really gotten a good exotic one. So because of that, I kinda even rank Plantissimo. So if you can get a good Inverted Fury, I think it is actually better than Courageous Plantissimo. Now for this final artifact, you actually have a lot of different choices here, and they're all gonna basically improve a different type of damage. If you're looking for some more ability damage, then Rampaging Plantissimo is what you want to go for. As you're doing some close range damage, you're constantly going to be increasing that signature ability damage, and you can actually build up this very easily, just constantly increasing your signature damage. And because we use our signature ability so often for our main damage, this one's something that's very good on her. So if you went with other artifacts that are tied to your signature ability, then Rampaging Plantissimo is probably going to be your best choice. But it's not the only choice, because we do have some other ones that are going to be very nice. We have Bellicose Plantissimo, which is going to increase your weapon damage after using a signature ability. And again, because we use our signature ability so often, this is something that we're constantly going to have. So we went with more weapon focused artifacts for the other ones, then Bellicose Plantissimo is what you want to go for. And the last one here is for those of you guys that have 2 blinks on your Gwynn, because if you guys do have 2 and you have a lot more uptime on your blink ability, then you can definitely take advantage of Valiant Veil, meaning that whenever you cast your movement ability, you gain a big damage increase for 5 seconds. And what's really great about this one is that unlike Rampaging or Bellicose, this is not just specific to one thing. This is going to affect both your abilities and your weapons, while still giving you a very big damage increase. So if you have T2 Win or higher, then this is pretty much what you want to go for, and it's going to be overall the best mod for this 4th slot. And now let's take a look at the god rolls you should be looking for on your weapons for the most popular pairings. First, we're going to be starting with the one that I use the most, which is Concerto plus Eternal Retribution. For Eternal Retribution, I think the best one that you can possibly get on this 1st slot is Line Formation. Whenever you land all your pellets of the shotgun on a single target, it will reduce the next shot's interval by 25%, and it also gives you plus 30 reload speed. And that just means that you get a big, essentially RPM increase as soon as you hit something with this. It allows the weapon to have a bit more burst damage, and just allows you to get more shots out there faster, so you can get those void spirits on the ground, and so you can just keep activating your signature abilities. So overall, you just have more DPS and a bigger amount of burst damage. While Dual Loader can be useful, because you're just auto reloading so often with your exotic, you typically don't need it. And if you get the perk upgrade for Line Formation, it gets even better, because if you hit the same target 3 times in a row, it will automatically load 1 round from the reserves into the magazine, meaning that you can shoot for a little bit longer. And you can usually proc this up to like 3 times per magazine, which is pretty nice. For this second perk, Karmic Reward is just insane. As long as you hit the same target twice in a row, it's going to give the rest of the magazine a 60% damage bonus till the weapon is reloaded. This is a crazy amount of extra damage, and if you have any perks that put some more bullets into the magazine that don't actually like reload the weapon, it means that you can extend that 60% damage increase from Karmic Reward, like for example the reloading that you do with Line Formation. Those extra shots will also get the extra 60% increased damage. So you combine the extra damage plus the increased RPM from Line Formation, it just makes this weapon have a crazy amount of burst damage. And if that wasn't enough, then the perk upgrade also gives you a plus 25% to your rate of fire, making your shotgun just ridiculous. There's a reason why Eternal Retribution is just the best in slot, and these 2 perks right here just prove it. Now, another one that's maybe not as good as Karmic Retribution, but it's also pretty nice, is Wound Counter. Whenever all your pellets hit the same target, the next shot will deal 20% increased damage, and it can stack up 3 times. Whenever you stack it up, it can give you the same amount of damage as Karmic Reward. The problem is that it takes an extra shot to actually get there, and you also don't get the perk upgrade, where you get the increased rate of fire to just increase the DPS or push the DPS even higher. So if you're looking for a roll in this shotgun, it's Karmic Reward plus Line Formation. Now if you're going for the second pairing, for the Shushingura, I think I said that right, you essentially are looking for Fraternity. Fraternity is such an insane perk. It's just insane the uptime you have with this perk, because as long as all the fire team members are alive, you're always going to have that plus 28% increased damage. And the perk upgrade also increases the handling and reload, just making it even better. Although Facilitated Agreement can also be very good, especially because you're constantly going to be just emptying your magazine if you're using the dispenser, meaning that you're really going to be able to take advantage of that 60% increased damage whenever you empty out your Pyre Weapons magazine. Now for the second perk slot, I feel all of these are pretty comparable. We have a damage increase that stacks up 35%, we have another one that stacks up to 37%, and then we have another one that makes it so whenever you get some kills with any weapon, both your shotgun and your actual sidearms, then again it gives you another damage increase. And with this one, is a much bigger damage increase. It's not going to be like the other ones, where they're essentially going to be staying on till you either die or complete the current stage of whatever you're doing. So both of these have some insane uptime with their buffs, but I think Black Body or Gluton are going to be very good choices. So if you get either of these, you're going to be in a pretty good spot. And those are going to be the recommendations I have for you guys today for the weapons as well as the artifact mods. We're going to be going through some of the mythics that I'm using a lot more in the endgame, and especially some of them that I actually used in the raid. Because of the issues we kind of been running into with materials, I can't really test the legendaries just yet, so that might take a little bit longer, but I'm definitely going to get to the mythics. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.